Hi everybody, this is Alice from Beach Scraps. Long time since I've been here. It's been over a year. Some of you know why I've been gone so long, and I will fill the rest of you in. My husband had a really bad year. I mean, we all did with COVID, but my husband started declining November the 18th, 2018, and he went downhill pretty fast. 2019, I knew we were entering the last season. He steadily declined for the rest of the year. He took almost all my time and attention, so doing videos was not part of what I had time to do. But I loved him, and I loved being with him. Parkinson's is what took him. You know, you never die of Parkinson's, you die of a complication of Parkinson's, but losing him was the hardest thing that's ever happened to me. He left us on December the 20th, 2020, and now it is May the 21st, and I am of 2021, and I am trying to get back into some semblance of a normal life. It'll never be the same again. I know that. All of you who've been through what I'm going through have known that. It takes some adjusting. And I can't imagine ever getting over Spencer Lucas, because he was a great guy. Anyway, after Spencer passed away, and Christmas came and went, I contracted COVID in March, and I was sick for almost a month, and I really thought I was going to die. I've never been so sick in my life, but I didn't. I had to go to the hospital and get some IV fluids because I was so dehydrated, but other than that, I got through it. It took about a month, and I would never want to go through it again, but I survived. And by the grace of God, I am still here talking to you guys. So today I am going to put together a page about Spencer. I am a part of a group called LOAD, L-O-A-D, and we do a page, that's a layout a day. For the month of May we're doing that. And today our prompt was something you care about, and to do a monochromatic layout. Well, I care about Parkinson's disease because it's a terrible thing. Purple was my husband's favorite color, so I chose that to use as my monochromatic color. And I'll switch you over now and we'll make a page. I've got everything laid out the way that I want to have it. I just hope I can remember once I move it. That's the bad part. I think I'm going to go ahead and stick things down where I know they go before I move them, and maybe that will keep me from making a big mistake. And I'm going to try to keep everything within the viewing. I'm a little out of practice, as you might know. You can imagine, after taking a year to do this, I mean, after being gone for a year, not doing any of this for a year. I can't even talk. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk and work at the same time or not. There is such a thing as COVID brain, so if you know somebody who's had it and they tell you they've got COVID brain, you believe them, because it definitely is a real thing. I went to see a doctor the other day that I've been going to for 20 years. I got lost. I got lost on my way to the doctor. I ended up in the middle of this neighborhood that didn't seem to have any way out. And I had to call their office, and they had to direct me back to where I wanted to be. I was so humiliated. I just couldn't believe I did that. I mean, 20 years I've been going there. But my eyes have been affected too. I always had really good vision, and I have not had really good vision since COVID. So when I went to the eye doctor yesterday and got lost again going there and had to call and ask directions, where I've been going there for not 20 years but quite a few years, and he decided I do need glasses. After all these years, I need glasses so I can see at a distance, because I could not see well enough to be, knowing where I was, because seeing the street signs was so hard. So I will no longer be driving without glasses on. That'll be weird, because all these years I've never needed them. I have 2 children who've worn glasses since they were little, and my mom and daddy both wore glasses, and my husband wore glasses, but I managed to get away with it for a long time. But all good things come to an end. I am 68 now, so it's alright if I have to start wearing glasses. I don't know whether I'm gonna like having to take them on and off though, because I don't need them for close up. I got my reading glasses for that, so I'm thinking about what I'm going to do about if I'm going to ask for progressive lenses or something. Anyway, this is my husband on Pass-a-Grille Beach back in 1983, standing on his head. He used to do that all the time. I mean, he was so strong and healthy, and he was a firefighter, and he was always there to help anybody that needed help. And watching him lose his abilities to do that was very painful. But you know what? He was so brave. I did all the complaining. He never did any. He did not complain. He never said, "Oh, woe is me. Poor me. Poor me, look what I'm going through." Never, not one single time. I was saying it all the time. "You're killing me. I can't pick you up off the floor. We have to call the fire department." But he remained who he was to the very end, and there was nobody else quite like him. When he first got diagnosed 10 years ago, I thought, well, I can't say that I'm surprised, because his daddy had it, and his daddy had it for 15 or 20 years, and his daddy managed to do okay, so I was sure that my sweet Spencer would too. Unfortunately, different people have different reactions. Spencer went down really fast.
Hello.
Sorry about that, a little interruption there. There's this wonderful girl named Diana who takes care of the gentleman who lives in the condo next door, and she comes over and checks on me every day to make sure I'm okay. She's pretty wonderful. She's going to bring me something from the store. Okay. Now, I decided I was going to pop up these wings on this butterfly. So, probably aren't going to stay with this ATG glue, but they'll stay long enough for the video anyway. I may have to use liquid glue to make them stay. Whoops. Didn't get that exactly where I had it when I had it all laid out. Oh well. Close enough. These flowers are from Nicole Jones Downloads, and I couldn't decide which one I liked the best, so I decided to use one of each. I'll put that little heart right there so there's something in that besides just the flower. Got something in everything else. Okay. Now, this picture I told you was on Paso Grove Beach when Spencer was young and healthy, 1983. He would have been 32. And this is him at the, well, it was supposed to be a rehab, but they never could do anything with him. I mean, he tried, but he just couldn't do anything. So he came home to spend his last month or 6 weeks with us, and it was wonderful because, you know, with COVID we were not allowed to go visit him at the at the rehab center except once a week for 20 minutes. We had to stay away from him, and we had to wear masks. He didn't recognize us with our mask on, and we couldn't put our arms around him and give him a hug. It was torture. So we brought him home, and at first we tried home care, and but he just wasn't able to do the physical therapy when they came to try to work with him, and then he lost consciousness, and we thought he was gone, and then he decided to come back, and he was with us for a while longer, and then one night he was tired and he'd had enough, and he just didn't wake up again. But we have the joy of knowing that he is with Jesus. He is in the best place possible. He can run, he can jump. I bet he ran into the arms of Jesus the first time he'd been able to run in forever. I was telling you a story about how his daddy had Parkinson's for so long. Spencer only had it for 10 years, but his was so much worse than his daddy's. And I pray that God's not going to visit this upon one of my children. But what will be will be. His will is perfect, and I have to accept it. But I do miss my husband something terrible. Okay, let's put some final touches on here with these enamel dots. Since he's a guy, I love to use sequins, but since Spencer's a guy, just it didn't seem like an appropriate thing, so I'm just using the enamel dots. They're not quite as sissy looking as the sequins are. I use the sequins on pages about my daughter. My daughter, who is the beauty queen. Team Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay. I've got 3 more. You know what? Didn't line that up too well. Maybe I could put something right along there to make that not look so bare. I would have put this in the very middle if I'd been smart. but it's down now and I'm not going to disturb it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this process video. I know it's been a long time, but I will try to be more faithful about doing them regularly. Thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and hit the little alarm bell so that people can, so they'll notify you when I have another one up. Oh, and if by the way you are caused to watch any commercials while you're watching this, I have no control over that, and I am not getting paid in any way for anything I'm doing. I'm just doing it for the love of scrapbooking. Thank you. Bye.